Well, it's been a big day for activist turned politician Arvind Kejriwal. We can now officially call him a politician because he has announced his vision document for his political party, the name of which will be made public on the 26th of November. Arvind Kejriwal joins us now on Left, Right and Centre. Mr. Kejriwal, it's a big risk that you're taking today, moving from the role of an activist to a politician. And when one looks at your vision document, many say that it's very well intentioned with the right ideas, but also impractical. What would you say?
What are the impractical ideas in that?
Well, for instance, you've said that it is ordinary people, common people who will decide the prices of essential commodities. Ordinary people will decide how to frame laws. The budget will be decided by people. How is that going to work practically on the ground?
You see, if you have a concept of Gram Sabhas, Gram Sabha means the general body of all the villages, not the panchayat. Panchayats have become corrupt. The general body of all the villages is called Gram Sabhas. And in urban areas, we need to create similar platforms called Mohalla Sabhas in each municipal ward. So if you have to take any opinion of the people on any particular issue, you send a copy of that to that particular to all the Gram Sabhas. In the next 10 to 15 days, they will discuss that and they will give you the opinion. Now let me just clarify, I've just gone to a few TV debates. There seems to be one confusion. We are not saying that all the decisions will be taken by the people. We are not saying all the decisions will be the people will have to be consulted. In a village, all the decisions related to that village should be taken in the village. Today, if a hand pump has to be installed, the Member of Parliament can also do it, the Planning Commission can also do it, Ministry of Waters can also do it, MLA can also do it. What kind of a governance do we have in this country? So let all the decisions related to that village should be taken by the villagers. For instance, I stay in Kaushambi in Ghaziabad. So whether the money that this area receives, whether it should be spent on roads or street lights or park, let the people of this area decide. That is being decided by someone else.
But when you
there are some decisions which will have to be taken by the state. There are some decisions which will have to be taken by the centre.
But how will people decide the prices of essential commodities? I'm just asking you a practical question.
I'm coming to that.
How will people, because isn't it economics that will determine what the prices of essential commodities will be? How do people decide it?
I think it's political economics. I think it's more of politics than economics. And I think it's more of corruption that is deciding it today. So, the government of India has given 15 lakh rupees of tax waiver, 15 lakh crores of rupees of tax waiver to the two big corporates in the last 3 years. It's on an average 5 lakh crore rupees per annum. But when it comes to giving a tax waiver on petrol and diesel, they say they have no money. So it's a political decision. The people have to decide whether they would like the tax waiver to be given on petrol and diesel or whether they would like the tax waiver to be given on these big corporates. Why can't the people decide? Just send this issue to all the Gram Sabhas and Mohalla Sabhas.
How are you going to do that? How are you going to ask ordinary folks?
You prepare a proposal.
Yeah.
You send a proposal to all the Gram Sabhas. You send a proposal to all the Mohalla Sabhas. In the next 10 to 15 days, they will hold a meeting and they will send you their feedback.
No, but okay, what about, a colony in Karol Bagh and you want to ask people to, let's say, look at the price of potatoes. I mean, if everybody in Karol Bagh decides, how are they going to decide they want the price of aloo to be, 10 rupees a kilo? I'm just asking practically, when you talk about essential commodities.
The market is deciding. The market is deciding. All that we are saying is that the prices which are decided by the government, those prices are being decided because of corruption. The government takes the people sitting in government take huge kickbacks from these big corporates and they in turn decide the prices and the people suffer because of that.
And
all the prices which are decided by the market will be decided by the market.
How is the country's budget? Is it the same way that you take opinions from all over the country? Isn't that going to be a time-consuming exercise? Is that really going to work? I'm just asking that practically, how do you implement that on the ground smoothly? Is it it's a good idea, maybe a well-intentioned idea, but is it utopian? That's what I'm asking.
As far as the municipality is concerned and the panchayat is concerned, it should be discussed with the people and the people should have a very, very active role in that. As it is being done, it's called participatory budgeting. The models are available. It was started in Porto Alegre in 1990. It's going on for the last 20 years, and many European countries have now emulated that. And in almost all the towns and cities of Brazil have implemented it. So we can also borrow it. The models are available. As far as the state and the central budget is concerned, I completely concede that only a part of it can be discussed with the people, but majority of the budget will have to be decided by the governments.
Mr. Kejriwal, let me ask you, as you take this big plunge into politics, many have welcomed that because there was a lot of criticism of the Anna movement that it was sitting on the fence. Political parties have welcomed it, saying that it's good that you finally decided to fight the system from within and take that risk. But in order to run a government, and in governance, you can't just run it based on a Jan Lokpal movement or based on an anti-corruption movement alone. You also have to have a vision for, let's say, I'm asking you, how are you going to deal with the fiscal deficit, for instance? Do you have a foreign policy vision? What do you think about how India can move forward with Pakistan? What do you think of the war in Afghanistan? What do you, so do you have a larger vision that goes beyond the anti-corruption movement that you've been passionately fighting?
So there are a large number of people who are joining in this movement now. Today on the stage you saw there were farmers, there were farmer leaders, there were labor leaders. We are forming committees of these people. We have already formed a committee under the chairpersonship of Mr. S.C. Beher, who was the former Chief Secretary of Madhya Pradesh. He is going to draft the proposal for the governance reforms. What you're talking of, that is it possible to have people's opinion in budgets? Is it possible to have people's opinion on various things? He is drafting that model. We need to have different committee on foreign policy. We need to have a committee, for instance, today Madhu Bhadri, who is a former ambassador, she was on the stage. Similarly, there were judges who were on the stage. We are forming committees on various issues, and these are the people who are going to discuss it. We'll prepare the first draft and throw it open for discussion in the country. What is different about this party is that 4 people don't sit in a room and take a stand. We don't take stands. We want to consult with large number of people in the country and arrive at some kind of a consensus what the people have to say.
Okay, so you're saying those are issues that have to be worked out. Finally, Mr. Kejriwal, as we wrap this up, you've been blaming the media for projecting a rift between you and Mr. Anna Hazare, but the fact is he's made it clear that while he would support you if you contested an election tomorrow, he's made it clear again that you can't use his name, you can't use his pictures. So that rift is very real. Are you really missing his presence today? The fact that you cannot use his name with your party, the fact that you can't use his pictures, is that a big setback for you?
For us, his name and his picture is not important. His name, his picture, it's engraved in our heart. For us, Anna is important. Anna, the human being, Anna, the person, Anna, the leader is important for us. Certainly, we are missing him. There's absolutely no doubt about it. But he said yesterday that if we put up good candidates, those candidates who meet his standards, he will support them. So it's a challenge for us. If he doesn't support a candidate, that means he's not good. So we'll change that.
So you do acknowledge that not having him there is a big void. Does that make your task more difficult? The fact that he doesn't support the idea of a political party, does that make it more difficult for you to sell this?
Certainly it does. Certainly it does.
That's a pretty candid admission from you. Finally, Mr. Kejriwal, will your party, you've said that you would like to contest the Delhi Assembly elections which are due next year, but any chance that you would do it sooner in Gujarat and Himachal which are just months away, or is that too soon?
Right now there is no such plan because a party also has not been registered so far.
Okay. All right. Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, thanks a lot for joining us, and you will be announcing the name of your political party officially on the 26th of November. Legal issues have been cited there. We'll wait and see what name you finally decide. That's it from me.
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app. Fully optimized for retina display. Full screen view. Faster response time. And Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.